Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. I'd like to thank y'all for clicking back on to the Big Boss Man Collective. Let me tell you this right quick. Your enemy is having to understand right now in this moment today that they're actually not in your category. Man, Jay said it so good. Some people gonna cry when they get home. Cause some people have to realize on the ride home that you just not in the category of the collective. It's levels to whatever you're trying to do. There's levels in spirituality. There's levels in finance. There's levels in business. There's levels in family. There's levels in friendship. There's levels in relationships. But for whatever reason, somehow your enemy has tricked themselves into thinking that they in the same level and category as you. And it's just not true. These enemies are not in your category and they're not on your level. If they was in your category, see, let me tell you, let me give you a main way you can know somebody out of your category. They not in your category. Is if the category called for one person and they got to bring 3, 4, 5 people. You already not in my category. You already is off. The category say we looking for a solo singer that sing they song and do their thing by themselves. Don't need no backup. Don't need no help. If it got to be a fight, they fight for themselves. That's the category. Well, y'all can't be in that category because everything y'all do, y'all got to gang up. Everything y'all do, y'all got to gang up and can never meet the collective head to head on nothing. Not on no education tip, not on no business tip, not on being a good family person, not on no bread. Your enemy was sorely mistaken there because they having to realize it's a category issue. They're competing with you, but they're not in your category. And I don't understand how that makes sense to people when you're really looking and you add it up. It's like, not only do we not compare, because see, normally it would be two like opponents. Not only are we not like opponents, not only are we not same in that sense, you a singing group and I'm a solo act. You Wu-Tang Clan and I'm Jay-Z. And now your enemy having to realize, man, I had it all wrong. I'm not in a category. I was fighting somebody and I'm trying to destroy somebody when in all actuality, it's like a weight class. If I fight at 138, there's no need for me to fight somebody that's 195 pounds. That's 3 and 4 weight classes above where I fight at. And what people really having to find out right now, and they finding out the hard way, is you was outside of their weight class. I'm just bigger than you in the spirit. It's no knock against you. In the weight class that you probably in, you dominate. You probably go crazy in that weight class. You could probably go crazy in 125. But you're going to step up and fight somebody that's 215, 225. You're not going to be able to dominate up here. And that's what people is realizing. It's like your enemies' grandiose thoughts about themselves and how small they thought about other people made it feel like they could cross weight classes and still be a contender. You ever met that person that think they can just whoop everybody? And in your mind, you're like, man, you need to chill. You can't just whoop everybody. Have you got some dubs? Yes. Have you been successful in some battles? Sure, you didn't knock some people out. But that's not across all weight classes. You're going to eventually bump in the head with somebody that's outclassed and just in a total, sheerly different category. And that's what people having to understand about you right now. We just in different categories, and it's causing a huge embarrassment. Because just imagine, let's say your record 16-0. You done beat 16 heads in and took 0 L's. And you going up against somebody that's outside of your weight class. Now, and let's take it like this. You so cocky, you don't even care the weight class. So you call all your family, you call all your friends. You say September the 17th, 9:30, be there. I'm fighting the Big Boss Man Collective. And I want all y'all to see. I'm going to dismantle the Big Boss Man Collective. You seen my record. I'm 16-0. I've been dismantling people. Pow, pow, pow. Left and right. And so they gathered everybody together to see a fight. Not knowing, oh, the Big Boss Man Collective really fight at 200. The Big Boss Man Collective is 30-0, 32-0, or maybe 32-2. But anyway, the Big Boss Man Collective is bigger in spirit. And so you gathered everybody around for this fight that you were supposed to knock us out and take us to 0. And now that everybody gathered around, ain't nobody seen us be took out yet. And it's embarrassing because now it's a long trip home. It's a long trip home after you told everybody you was going to beat us. It's a long trip home after you told everybody you was going to destroy us. It's a long trip home after you told everybody we was the problem. That's a long, quiet ride. And now, people in a circle and on a team starting to put 2 and 2 together. They like, the Big Boss Man Collective ain't who you said they was, and you ain't who you said you was. We don't know what to believe. That's the thing. The enemy can no longer tarnish your image. They lost the credibility when they started to fight outside of their class. They lost all credibility when they started to step up to a weight class that they just not in. And here's the thing. They didn't know. I say this all the time. It's one of my favorite quotes that I say in my head. You never know how strong somebody is until you get in a fight with them. Up until that point, y'all ain't had to fight. You ain't had to see their strength. You didn't have to see their tenacity. You ain't have to see their stick-to-itness. You didn't have to encounter none of that. You never know none of that until you go to war with them. And once you go to war, that's when you're going to see everything. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. One of the main reasons that the enemy can no longer tarnish your image is because they forgot that other people got eyes too. See, when you so self-focused and so self-centered and so outwardly focused on projecting things on the people and really not seeing what they really are, then you would think the people around you see things like you see things. But what the enemy's having to understand now is these people around them that's in this group, they got their own eyes. They can see for themselves the big boss man ain't knocked out. They can see for themselves the big boss man ain't on his last leg. They can see for themselves the big boss man ain't insane. They can see for themselves all the things that these people said about the collective is just not true. They got their own eyes. And it's causing a huge major loss of credibility. Number two, they didn't realize that your reputation always gonna speak. That's why you build it. You build the reputation so that it speaks for you when you ain't there. I'm working on some ideas, and we go to different restaurants and stuff just to see what people are doing in the restaurant world. Not saying that we're gonna get into that world, but just doing research and market research. And one thing that I've noticed is your reputation go before you in that world. If somebody say, hey, Jesse J's is trash, even if I trust that person, I might not ever go to Jesse J's just on the strength of what my people said. But when I say your reputation speak before you, these people started to try to tarnish your reputation, and now they bumping into people who know you for real. Now they bumping into people that you done did a favor to, that you've been good to, they bump, and so now when they try to take that, oh, Jesse J's trash talk all around, people is disputing that. Nah, man, Jesse J's good. I went over there Sunday. It was straight. But people are so self-centered and full of themselves, they think their idea is the only idea. Number three, the reason why people is losing credibility is because they can't recreate the storm that they said that you caused. Meaning, some people is sitting back saying, watch what happened when I do this. The big boss man collective gonna flip their wig. Watch, it's just a matter of time. And they trying to recreate a storm based on the person that you used to be. Whole time you're like, in another season I'd have flared you up. But this season I'm leaving you alone. And so you don't even get a chance to show people the flare up side of me because I got that side of me under control right now. And they losing credibility because they just gambled on and bet on the fact that they would be able to point out your outbursts and point out a time when you was acting crazy so they can say, see there, I told you the big boss man collective ain't right, and you not giving them that. It's driving them up a wall. Keep going.